Morning, Mikel.
Hi, morning.
With sort of COVID fairly rife now, I mean, in Premier League teams, obviously, as well as your squad, would you have to change your plans for January and perhaps have more players?
That would be ideal, but with the African National Cup, I think we're going to have many less, unfortunately. So we would have to adapt. I don't know how it's going to develop. In January, the situation will be probably better, or hopefully better, because we would have more boosters and more people had already had it, but we don't know.
Will it change your plans for the window?
Well, I don't think that we're going to be able to sign players just for a short period of time because of this situation. I think it's a little bit unrealistic, but we sit down now and make the right decision if we can.
At the start of the season, obviously, you spent a lot of money in the summer, and perhaps no one had thought you were quite going to be at this position where you are now. Given where you are, have you got some sort of assurance from the higher-ups that perhaps you can be backed in the window to try and finish in the top four? Is that something you would want?
No, I think they have shown us the support, and since being here, it's always been the case. We have tried to explain the plan that we want to put in place really openly, and instead of how much money we're going to spend, how much money we are investing in the team and in the future of the football club, and go step by step, and every case will be treated differently, and every situation will be treated different. But the ambition is only one, and it's to try to be the best team.
Would it be prudent to sell players who've got 6 months left on their contract to get some money in to reinvest in the squad?
Depends on every singular case, depending on the player's situation, the minutes he's playing, his willingness, or the offer that you have. It's something that you have to consider.
If Ober asked to leave, would you allow him to leave?
As you can understand, I won't discuss any particular case, Gary.
Okay. Let's ask you. Obviously, what would you want from Santa, and what are your Christmas rituals, and what will you do over the next few days?
For Santa, I ask two things: that they look after my kids really, really well, and all the kids in the world, and make them happy. And for the rest of us, that we are all healthy. That's all we can ask for now. And after that, more happiness in this world, and people to have a more positive mind about everything that we do. We need more happiness, more smiles.
Can I ask you just one on the strikers? Because you have a strange situation where perhaps only Martinelli is the one who's got his future sorted, and the rest is a little cloud hanging over all of them. Can you carry on for the rest of the season with that cloud hanging over all the other strikers and still maintain the challenge?
We have a cloud, and the cloud is there, and at the moment we are not able to change it. We are working on it to try to make it as small as possible and as clear as possible. But it's the situation that we are in, because contracts has these things. The timing of them is tricky, and we are trying to resolve it.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you, Mikel.
Thank you.
Mark?
Mikel, just quickly, without getting into the over situation too much, do you think sometimes, we all know you've got your non-negotiables, but maybe that you're a bit too uncompromising in terms of maybe sticking to your principles too much?
No, Mark, I guarantee you that's not the case.
Is it a case of, because you're a young manager, your first job, you're sort of looking to establish your authority, or is that not the case either?
I don't establish my authority by being dictatorial or trying to be ruthless. I just ask for one thing, is respect and commitment. That's all. And if you don't ask for that at this level, I think I pack my bags and I go somewhere else, because that's the minimum that you can ask for.
But is there a danger of this situation becoming a bit like the Özil, where you've got this sort of disgruntled superstar becoming a distraction?
I'm sorry, but I'm going to expect that for everybody that works for the club. The first one, myself. And the day I don't do that, I go through that door and I do something else. So it's as clear as that. To be successful, you are passionate about something and you want to represent a club of this size with a history, that's the minimum standards that you did. I'm not going to ask them to put the ball in the top corner every time they hit that ball, but I will ask them to do the right things every single day for this club. That's for sure, Mark.
Brilliant. Just on a different one, the African Nations Cup. When do the players have to leave? Is there any chance of you keeping them for January the 1st?
That's conversation that we are having separately with every independent national team. Obviously, they won them yesterday, and we won them next month. And that's the conversation that we are having with them right now.
But are you happy for the players to go, bearing in mind?
If you give me the choice, I want them to stay because we're going to need them, and with the context that we are in, we need them all. But I understand that they have their obligations, and we have to let them go.
I'm just thinking about the condition. There's a lot of concern about conditions in Cameroon and a bit of uncertainty about all that sort of thing.
Yeah, but if the regulators consider that the competition has to go ahead, we are obligated to leave the players go.
Thank you.
Mark.
Thank you, Mark.